Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad-Bhagavatam class. It's from Canto 1, Chapter 16, Text 18. It's a lecture given by Srila Prabhupada himself in Los Angeles in 1974. Please pick up the volume of your listening devices. Sometimes the recording level is low. Without further ado, we'll start the class. Hare Krishna.
Govindamadi Purisam Tamaham Bhaja. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari 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 Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari vicchāyām paramhamsa parivrājagācārya astuttara saraswamād bhakti siddhanta saraswati goswami Prabhupada ki jai, ananta koti vaishnavrinda ki jai, Ramacārya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gau Gopinath Sam Kundi Radha Kundi Girivardhan ki jai, Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Swamita Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories to the Asana. All glories to the Asana. All glories to the Asana. Thank you very much.
Translation. The personality of religious principles, Dharma, was wandering about in the form of a bull, and he met the personality of earth in the form of a cow, who appeared to grieve like a mother who had lost her child. She had tears in her eyes, and the beauty of her body was lost. Thus Dharma questioned the earth as follows.
Dharma padaikena caran. Padaikena. Padaikena. So, in this Kali Yuga, religious principles of human society is supposed to be only 1/4. And there are 4 yugas, Sattva, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. In the Sattva Yuga, people were very religious, Paramahansa. All of them were Paramahansa. So, enlightened, elevated in religious principle. And they used to live for 100,000 of years. As the religious principles are reducing, so many other things are reducing, of which the duration of life, bodily strength, mercifulness, memory. In this way, we are becoming almost on the level of animals. 1/4 religious principle means practically nobody is following, but still there is a section they follow. Just like Vaishnavas, Krishna conscious people, they are all over the world, at least at the present moment. And India, there are many, millions, and other countries it is now spreading. So, dharma padaikena caran. The bull is the symbol of religious principle. And cow is the mother. There are 7 kinds of mother. Ādau mātā guru patni, brahmani, rajapatnika, dhenu dhatri, tatha pṛcchati, sapta iti mātarismita. Real mother, Ādau mātā. And Guru Patni, the wife of Guru. This means that even grihastha, he can become Guru. There is no such restriction, only sannyasi will become Guru, provided he knows the science. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has confirmed it. Kiba vipra kiba shudra nasi kane noy. Jai Krishna tattva vetta sei guru hoy. It doesn't matter what he is. Kiba vipro, he may be a Brahmana, but born in a Brahmin family. Generally, a Brahmana born in a Brahman family, he becomes guru. Brahman is supposed to be the guru of other caste. Not suppose, that is the factually. Without becoming Brahmana, nobody can become guru. Just like without passing the BA examination, nobody can enter into the law college. Similarly, there is restriction. Without becoming a Brahmana, qualified Brahmana, sattva samadama titikha, nobody is allowed. Not a rascal, no knowledge, and he becomes guru and incarnation of God, because people do not know what is dharma. They want to be cheated. Oh, there are so many cheaters. And they want to be satisfied. No book is required now. You remain as full as you are, and still you become God. This is it. So this is, therefore it is called dharma padaikena. Actually religious principle is lost in this stage. And without becoming religious, there is no human society. There is animal society. That is the distinction between animal and man. The cats and dogs, they have no church, they have no temple, they have no mosque. They are naked, loitering in the street, having sex intercourse on the street. There is no restriction. Live like anything, do like anything. There is animal life. Animal. Dharmena hina pasuvi samana. If religious principles are not accepted, there is lacking in the human society. Narakayava kalpata. It becomes a narak, hell. So religious principle required. And by religious principle, one can become perfect in spiritual consciousness. A religious principle means to understand what is God. That is religious principle. And human life is meant for that purpose. To know God, knowledge. Veda. Veda means knowledge. So Veda is to sarvai aham eva vedyam. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said. Knowledge, advancement of knowledge means ultimately to know God. That is knowledge. To become a first-class carpenter, that is not knowledge. That first-class carpenter will find among the animals also. They can, birds in, I do not know whether that bird is here in your country. We have got in India one class of bird, they are called babui. They manufacture their nest in such a nice way, carpentry. You will be surprised. Is that Sarup Damodar in your country also? Yes. You see. They do not learn from school, college what is carpentry, but they can do it. So, this advancement of knowledge, these factories and other things, they are all Sudra's business. That is not Brahmana's business. Sudra. Therefore, in this age, in the Kali Yuga, it is said, Kalau Sudra Sammava. The whole population is Sudra. There is no Brahman, there is no Kshatri, no Vaishya. Shudras are doing this. Just like a Shudra, low class, fourth class, he is officially acting as priest. And he is sanctioning homosex. Yes, I give you my blessing. Be married man to man. Yes. A Shudra who has no knowledge, and he is saying animal has no soul. That means Shudra. He has no perfect knowledge, anything. Why animal has no soul? Here it is said that vivatsām iva mātaram smāśru-vadanāṁ. The cow mother was crying, tears falling down. And why? The vivatsā, her calf was taken away or dead. I have seen it personally. In New Vrindavan, we purchased one cow and she was crying. Do you remember that? Because her calf was taken away and already killed. And we purchased that cow. In our New Vrindavan, we give protection to the cows. So, I have seen it. She was crying. So why do you say that she has no soul? How foolish is this? What is the symptom of having a soul? How do you deny that the animal has no soul? How much foolishness it is. What is the symptom of soul? The symptom of soul is consciousness. This body, your body, my body. So long the soul is there, you will feel pain and pleasure, consciousness. If I pinch your body, if you are living, then you will feel pain. But when the soul is gone, if I chop off your body, you will not protest. That is the difference. So, when the animal also feels same way, just like her calf is taken away, she is crying. So how can you say that there is no soul in the world? How much foolish it is, just see. And the Kali Yuga has become so cruel that even a cow is crying for the lost child and human being purposefully killing child. Purposefully, knowing to avoid botheration. Just see. Where is Dharma? Everything is gone. Everything is gone. Every man is being prepared, being educated as Shudra, non-religious, Mleccha, Yavan, like that. So there is no improvement. There's no spiritual improvement. Tanahang disata Quran kipami adasya andhajuni. Without religion, everyone will degrade. Degrade means now in this life as human being you may have some facilities, but just after death adho gacchanti tamasa, jaganna gunavrittistha adho gacchanti tamasa. Without religion principle, everyone will be abominable. And therefore, adho gacchanti tamasa, they are in ignorance. See, ignorance is bliss now. It is folly to be wise where ignorance is bliss. If we talk nonsense, then many people will accept. But if you are preaching Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, they do not take very much care. This is primitive. Only the old fools, they will take part in it. So ignorance is bliss at the present moment. To remain in darkness, that is advancement of knowledge. And to be enlightened that you are not this body, you are spirit soul, you are within this body, and on account of accepting this material body, you are in trouble. The death is there, that is not the death of the soul, but of the body. This is advancement of knowledge. Asangayam purusa tatha dehantara prapti dhirastatta namiyati. This knowledge is already there in the Vedas. Anyone can take advantage, but they think that to remain fool, that is advantage. That is advantage. Ignorance is bliss. It is folly to be wise. So, dharma padaikena caran. At the present moment, the society, human society, not cats and dog society, human society, they have lost 75% of their religious life. 75. That 1% has to be seen in some poor society like us. Otherwise it is finished. Dharma padaikena, padaikena caran, vicchāyām, upalabhya. So, the cows at this present age are very, very sorry always. They know where cows are maintained, raised. They understand that after a few days I will be sent into the slaughterhouse, I will be killed. She knows. Therefore, they do not supply sufficient milk, because if one is very sorry mood, so he cannot eat nicely, he cannot sleep nicely, he cannot walk nicely. But during Maharaj Yudhishthir's time, the cows were so happy that in the grazing ground, from the milk bag, milk was dropping and the grazing ground became muddy with milk. This is not story, this is a fact. I have received one letter from Kirtanananda Swami from Vrindavan that our cows are increasing giving milk. And one cow, she is first pregnant, now they are expecting 80 pounds of milk per day. Naturally. And they are not afraid of. Kirtanananda Maharaj has given each cow a name. That was system even Krishna's time. Krishna's, all the cows, they are given name. And when Krishna will call by name, they will come immediately. So we have got very intimate relationship with cow. Cow is mother. And why not mother? You are drinking milk and killing. How much ungrateful. And they want to live in peace, you see. Committing daily so much sin all over the world, not only the Western world, in India also. In India they are killing 10,000 cows daily. And not to speak of in the Western country. So, this loss of religious principles is going on vigorously without any restriction, and still they are thinking of good president, good rule, good government. It is dream, it will not be possible. It is nature's punishment. Urdhang gachanti sattvasva madhye tishtanti rajasa jaganna gunavrittisto adho gachanti tamas. This is the statement in the Bhagavad Gita. Jaganna, abominable character. You are going down, 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 down. And because tatha dehantara prapti. Dehantara, it is said that after giving up this body, you will accept another body. Now, there are 8,400,000 species of life, bodies, forms. So Krishna says, tatha dehantara prapti. You will have to accept another body, but does not say what kind of body. There are so many types of body. Because there is no guarantee. That will depend on your work. Karmana dayanetrena. As you work in this life is preparation for the next life. So for the human civilization, they should try for going, just like they are trying to go to the moon planet by machine. That is not possible, but you can go to the moon planet provided you qualify yourself in this life. Next life will be from it. That is possible. Urdhang gachanti, it is said. Sattvasva, if you remain in the modes of goodness, then you will be promoted to the higher planetary system. Urdhang. Higher planetary system means long duration of life, better standard of living condition, very beautiful, and God conscious, so many facilities. Even in the, there is one planet, there are groups of planets. That good planet is called Siddhaloka. Siddhaloka means in this planet what you learn by yogic practice, there anyone who is born, he has got all the yogic power within his influence. That is called Siddhaloka. Yogic siddhi, there are 8 kinds of siddhis, perfection, anima, lagima, prapti, siddhi, isita, bhusita, prakamma, like that. Anima means, I have several times discussed, anima means you can become smaller than the smallest. And mahima means you can become larger than the largest. These are siddhis, not yogi simply pressing the nose. No, that is preliminary, yoga siddhi. So, in the Siddha Loka, those who are born, they are higher human beings. They have got anima siddhi, lagima siddhi. Lagima siddhi means to become lighter than the feather. That is called lagima siddhi. Just like a feather floats in the air, similarly, you can, by lagima siddhi, you can float in the air. So, in that Siddhi Loka, people are so advanced that they can float in the air and they go from one planet to another. There, Siddha Loka. So there are many facilities. In the Bhagavad Gita also it is confirmed, not only in one place, Urdhang gachanti sattvasva, Urdhang means higher planetary system. Another place Krishna says, Janti deva brata deva, pitrin janti pitri brataha, bhute ja janti bhutani, mad jajino pi janti ma. You can go anywhere you like. Our propensity is there. That at night we see so many stars, so many planets, or at daytime we see the sun. Sometimes we think how we can go there. That is natural. That is natural. But you can go there. Because you are feeling that how can I go there, you have got the capacity, provided you become perfect like that. There is process. Not by force that you can go this planet. No, that is not possible. Buddham gachanti sattvastva. If you are in the modes of goodness, automatically you will be promoted. You will be promoted. So, janti deva vrtadevan. If you treat like deva, deva means godly character, then you can go to any planets where the demigods live. These are all planets, what you see, millions of stars. They are all planets and they are living entities, just like in this planet. That is also confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Jasya prabha prabhavatu jagadanna koti. Not only this one universe, but there are millions of universes. Jasya prabha prabhavatu jagadanna koti. Kotishu asesha vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam. In Kotishu, there are millions of universes, and each universe, Kotishu, Jasya prabha prabhavatu jagadanna koti, Kotishu asesha. Asesha. In each universe, there are unlimited number of planets. Take this knowledge. Those are scientists. Everything is there. That is called Veda. All knowledge perfect. You are making research. What research you can make? Do you know how many stars? You cannot count them. But they are not fictitious, they are fact. You are daily seeing. But you cannot go there. That is called condition so. You must remember. That is called condition. What is the advancement of science? You cannot go to other planet. You cannot live forever. You cannot stop death. You cannot stop disease. You cannot stop old age. Then what is the advancement? Simply talking nonsense. Just make a solution of this problem. I want to go to moon planet, but I am being stopped, I am being checked. So many so-called scientists are trying, but useless. Useless. They're simply talking, I've seen a great fracture in the moon planet. And they're making research. How the fracture, they're spending after so many millions and trillions of dollars, they are now researching how the fracture came in. Or they brought some dust, that's all. And these foolish rascals are being highly prepared, and they're bluffing, and they're accepting, and they're self-confident. Now you are advancing in science, that's all. Even if you go moon planet, what is that? There are millions and trillions of planets. Can you go there? They calculate that to go to the topmost planet, which we call Brahma-loka, it will take 40,000 of light years to go. Do they not say? Srila, for going to the topmost planet, how many years they take? And no, some papers say that it will take 40,000 of years, leap years, and now it is called light year. Now say, who is going to live for 40,000? Before going to that planet, he will be 40,000 times finished. And still they are advanced. Still they are proud of advancement knowledge. They say that in their own word, the 40,000 of years it will take, and they want to expect to go there, although the fact is, before going there, he will be 40,000 times killed. So This ignorance, therefore ignorance is bliss here. No knowledge. This is not knowledge. This is knowledge. Bhagavad Gita. Janti deva vrata deva. If you become godly, good character, that good character is Krishna consciousness. The Krishna conscious man does not even like to go to the moon planet, sun planet. Their ideal is farther. What is that? Goloka Vrindavan. That is confirmed. Is it possible to go to Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna's planet? Yes, Krishna says, Madhyajino janti ma. If you become my devotee, you come to me. Many places. Krishna says, Takta dehang punarjanma naiti mameti kaunteya. If you become fully Krishna conscious, there are many places, Bhagavad Gita. Jang jang bhavam smaran loki tajattanti kalivaram. Many places. It is confirmed that if you understand Krishna, then at the time of death, you will think of Krishna naturally. If you are trying to understand Kirtaniya Sadahari, Sada means 24 hours. If you are in Krishna consciousness, naturally, at the time of death, you will think of Krishna, so that is confirmed. Jang jang bhapi smarana bhavam tajattanti kalevaram. Then another place, takta dehang punarjanma naiti. Such person, Krishna conscious person, who has understood Krishna, such person, after giving up this body, takta deham, deham means his body, punarjanma naiti, he is not going to take birth again in this material world. Then what will happen? Mameti, he comes to me. Immediately your soul is transferred to the spiritual world. With spiritual world, even in the material world, you cannot go to the topmost planet. And spiritual world means you have to go through the covering of this material universe. Then you come to the spiritual sky. And the spiritual sky, this topmost planet is called Goloka Vrindavan. That is Krishna's planet. So, what this university can educate? We have got this knowledge from the Vedas. Urdham gacchanti sattvastha madhye tishtanti rajasa. So, don't commit a sinful life. Don't become irreligious. That is not for your interest. That is for Maya's interest. Your interest is to become religious. Your interest. That's why it is a dharma padaikena. Why you want 24%? Practically at the present nobody is religious. Nil. But by calculation in book theory, that in this age, 25% or 1/4. So at least execute that facility. At the present moment nobody can also. Therefore, Shastra is very lenient to the people of this age. In the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said that Kalau dosa nidhi rajan asti ji ko mahan guna. That Sukadeva Goswami was describing about the symptoms of this Kali Yuga, how downfallen will be the people. Dosa, full of dosa, faults. Not only full, but dosa nidhi, a ocean of faults. Kalo dosa nidhi rajan, asti ji ko mahan guna. Oh, my dear king, I have described about the ocean of faults of this age, but there is one great boon in this age. Kalau doshe de raja, asti eka mahanaguna. That is special facility for the men of this age. Eka mahan. What is that? Kirtanadeva Krishnasya mukta sangha parambraje. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, he can be liberated and he can be transferred to the spiritual world. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya. This Krishna, Hare Krishna, especially meant. Kirtan, one can say, no, I can chant this name, that name. God has got many names. No, God has got many names, that's all right. But while Kirtan is required, that is Krishna. That name, not other name. You cannot say, why Krishna? Although Krishna says you can chant any name, but specifically say, Krishna, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam. Hare Nama, Hare means Krishna. Krishna's name. The Kirtana of Krishna sa mukta sangha parang braje. If you chant Hare Krishna mantra, then you become liberated from the contamination of so many faults of this age. Practically you can see these Krishna consciousness society, the boys and girls and sitting here and bring any number of boys and girls from outside and compare with them. Compare with them. If you are actually honest, then study. These boys, these girls, are not comparable outside this Krishna consciousness movement. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Right. So, another wonderful lecture by Srila Prabhupada. We're very fortunate that these are recorded. All glories to the devotees who did the recording and put it together, because now we get to hear repeatedly whenever we want. Of course, we have a Wednesday for that, to hear Srila Prabhupada describe Krishna, the situation here on this earth or in the material world. So many points that Srila Prabhupada brought up, beginning from the situation with the bull and the cow. Dear devotees, this is the time to unmute yourself, and you have questions you can ask, you have realizations, connecting this to what you know about already, you can definitely express that. Take-home points on this can also be expressed. So as you like, you unmute yourself and then express what comes to mind and what comes to your heart. Hare Krishna, wish you good afternoon. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hopefully you can start us off with some of your own realizations. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept mine, glories to Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada.
Just some comments. I don't know if they're realizations. It was enlivening for me to hear when Srila Prabhupada was talking about the cows in New Vrindavan and how they were giving 80 pounds of milk. I don't know how much that is in gallons, but that's a lot of milk, it sounds like. And how they were wetting the fields. Srila Prabhupada seemed so happy and excited about that. It was interesting and enlivening to hear about that. And then he was talking about how if the calf is there, then the cow is the cow's who has the calf is happy, and that's reflected in the Gita Mahatmya, where Lord Krishna is the milker and Arjuna is considered the calf, because when the calf is there, the cow gives more milk, and the cow is the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is the milker. Arjuna is like the calf, Arjuna. So when the calf is close to the cow, then the cow, out of motherly affection, the milk flows more. So anyway, that was, And then Prabhupada talked about how it was ridiculous to think that there'll be peace when cows are slaughtered so frequently. And I think in the United States, there's like 100,000 cows slaughtered every day. And so there's going to be karma for that. And so again and again, throughout the history of the world, we see that for no good reason, there's slaughter of, no good reason. And we experience it now too, that wars start and people are slaughtered because one factor is that cows are being slaughtered. So there's reaction for that.
Mm.
Then anyway, then Srila Prabhupada went in detail about that verse. Haler doshine de rajan astiheka mahan guna kirtanareva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajayat. And sometimes, and even in ISKCON, we think of other things that are really important, but the most important thing on all fronts is to do the kirtan pleasingly for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that kirtan should be for Krishna, not for any other demigod. So Srila Prabhupada emphasized that, which I appreciate. Eko Mahanguna. Well, there's one good quality, only one, not a lot. So it's not that by yoga they're gonna yoga, that's the good quality, or by fire sacrifices, that's a good quality, or by jnana or tapat. No, but only this one, Krishna Kirtan, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your comments. Yeah, also when you talked, you mentioned that you noted how Srila Prabhupada talked about a particular cow in New Vrindavan, and because the cows were protected and the cows were aware that they weren't going to be killed, they were giving milk so very nicely, and one cow was giving 80 pounds of milk. So I went to took my cell phone and checked quickly online how many gallons that is. It's about 9.5 gallons. It's almost 2 5-gallon buckets full. That's a lot of milk from one cow, 80 pounds worth. So, and then of course there was a situation where the way he described the soul, that people think that the soul is not in animals but only in humans, and relating the symptoms of the soul. And then mentioning how the cow had feelings like that, and consciousness. It was crying like that. Anyway, there were some other points that brought up, but devotees can unmute themselves if you want to add more, whatever that's you in mind. If you want to ask a question, please go ahead. Hare Krishna. Any other questions and comments? In the meantime, maybe I can talk about some of the things that I was able to note. Srila Prabhupada, I'll just say some of it. In this yuga, of course, is a difficult yuga, Kali Yuga. But in Satya Yuga, people obeyed religious principles. They were living to about 100,000 years. Then the subsequent ages came with some deterioration, and now we are at a situation that's very, very, very bad. They're cheating gurus. The religious principles are lost. So people have become like animals. As a matter of fact, people want to be cheated, how they go to those kinds of people. This place has become hell. But one can become perfect when one understands God. And then he quoted from Bhagavad Gita chapter 15:15, third line, Vidasya Sava Aham Iva Vidya. By the Vedas, I am to be known. So, then Srila Prabhupada compared material knowledge to spiritual knowledge without actually saying it like that, but he made that comparison verbally. Being a carpenter is not knowledge. Material experience, material expertise is actually Shudra knowledge. Instead of being carpenter, some birds can be expert carpenters, the way to make very, very nice nests. Shudras have no real knowledge. And they say animals have no soul. But what is a symptom of a soul? Consciousness. A cow was crying because a calf had been killed. So how can we say that there's no soul in the cow when there's consciousness in the cow? It's feeling emotions. So Dharma is gone. Everybody's being educated as a Shudra. So there's no spiritual improvement. We talk nonsense, people will accept. So Srila Prabhupada says ignorance is bliss. And people remaining in darkness, they call it advancement of knowledge. But the real knowledge is that we're not this body. And also accepting a physical body causes death also. That's real knowledge. So that's in the Vedas. And in this Kali Yuga, 75% of real knowledge is gone. And even what's left is really now being lived by and talked about among the Buddhists only. And how many are we? Very few compared to the population of the world. So the cows, it came back to the cows and talking about their feelings because the consciousness is there. They are aware that they will be killed later, that is in other places. So they did not give us much milk because they are afraid of the impending death. And then he mentioned what we talked about already, that New Vrindavan was, one cow was given 80 pounds of milk, which is almost 10 gallons, a little less than 10 gallons. Krishna had an intimate relationship with cows. So he would call the cows by name and they would come immediately. And so the ignorance is there. We have to accept another body at death. And this is where Srila Prabhupada started breaking down this. Accept another body at death, but we don't know what type of body. I know in another lecture, Srila Prabhupada said, we human beings should concern ourselves with what kind of body we're going to get in the next life. That's the most important question we have to answer. So this life is preparation for the next body. So by living the mode of goodness, one can be promoted to the higher planets. And then he mentioned Siddhaloka, where there are beings who have these 8 mystic cities. Anima, Lagima, Pṛcchati, Ishitva went through it and described some of it. One can become very small, one can become light, so on. So, and this part he's talked about in many other lectures. At night, we see stars, we see planets, and in the daytime, we see the sun. If we act in the mode of goodness, then we can go to those planets. In each universe, there are unlimited number of planets. And these scientists are involved in research, but they cannot stop death, they cannot stop disease, they cannot stop old age, while at the same time, they're spending trillions of dollars in research. So it's just bluffing. They say it takes 40,000 light years to reach the highest planet, Brahmaloka. But then he said, by the time they themselves, who is going to live 40,000 light years, they'd long be dead. Krishna confirms that if we understand Krishna consciousness, then we can go to Goloka Vrindavan, because at the time of death, we will be thinking of Krishna. The soul of such a devotee is immediately transferred to Vaikuntha. So we should not commit sinful activities. Our interest is to become religious. And for our case, specifically, it means Krishna conscious. People are fault. This age is full of faults, an ocean of faults, as Shukadeva Goswami was describing to Maharaj Pṛcchati. This age is that age. So many faults are there. But there's a special facility for people of this age that simply by chanting the holy name, one can be transferred to the spiritual world. Then he made specific notation of the fact that Krishna has many names, but we don't chant any of the names as we like, but we chant the Hare Krishna mantra specifically in the order that's given, in order to be liberated. Lord Chaitanya came when he was chanting that way. So this is what we have to follow. So yes, there is chance to go back. We shouldn't be hooking up with this crazy lifestyle that's going on, as things are getting worse and worse and worse. And many people are predicting that it's going to get even worse than it is now. And course, ours, we're not waiting for anyone. Other religions are waiting for someone to come to change situations. But we know that if we take this process seriously, chant, hear, and serve devotionally, we're going back to Godhead. We're not waiting for anyone. Hare Krishna. So those are some of the things that I was able to put down. It's just past the hour. Any final comments? If not, then thank you very much. And by the way, Nukul Mataji, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming on this midweek. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vachapatitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody.